guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Inga here. As you guys can all see, we have a guest of honor today in the house. So as per title of this video, we are going, Rusa here is going to share with us her journey through depression. You guys, I hope you are ready to listen to this. A lot of things has been happening recently. Not to mention, you guys have been reading articles, newspapers, and news all over. Depression is real, guys. So Rusa, can you please intrigue us about
Okay, hi guys, my name is Rusa Martin. I'm a student at NAST and I'm a member of the Ventu Growth Club. Okay, as the title says, or what you said, I'm going to tell you guys about my journey, or I'm going to share with you guys my journey with depression. I'm still dealing with it because there's no cure. Depression only has a treatment. You can only be treated, but it has no cure. So it's a journey throughout life.
Okay, as she said, just to emphasize a bit there, okay, there's no cure, meaning they can just inject you out of depression to say you go through. It's more like a window period. Let me say TB, but for TB now it's like 6 months or so. So with depression you deal with antidepressants. It's a treatment that you go through. Okay, so Rusa, when did this all start, and when did you find, or how did you know it was depression? What changed?
Okay, so it was 2018. I attended one of the meetings at the Ventu Growth Club, and then they had a guest. She was a psychologist. I think she was from Let's Talk Psychologist. She was talking about depression, the signs, and all that. So I knew right then what I was going through was depression, because I had all the signs. Well, my journey, I think for me, depression started when my sister passed on. Not really depression, maybe post-traumatic stress disorder or something. I'm sure that's what they call it. Yes. My sister passed on in 2013. She committed suicide, and that was really hard on me. Like, she passed on in December, and then January I had to go back to school, grade 10.
I remember.
So that was hectic for me. I was a totally different person. I was closed up. I did not open up to people. I was just my own person in my own world.
To go in there, I remember very well that in 2014 when we were grade 10, Rusa and I went through something. We were not talking, like we crashed. But I didn't know that she was dealing with something. You know, when for me it was hard to like tolerate what she did, or it's just crashing, man, you know. And I didn't know that she was grieving, you know. But yeah. So I remember very well that time, and
will you say sorry?
I know we are grown now. It's a long time that time. Okay, Rusa. So back then in 2013, because I remember very well, you were really a focused person in high school. I'm quite sure, even if you dealt with it, somehow you were like through with it. Okay, because you performed quite well in grade 10, and nobody would think you were going through depression or something. Okay, so now, how did it come about in 2018? Did you start thinking about your sister? What changed?
I think because depression has no direct cause. There's nothing that really. It's just that it's just something that builds up, and then it explodes.
Yeah.
So sometime it's bound to explode somehow. So 2014, when I went back to school, the way I dealt with it, or the way I was grieving, I think I was just into my books. I was just all about my books. I wanted to make my mom proud because of what happened. I didn't want to disappoint her at all. So I was just focused. I was that girl. Me and my books.
I can relate.
So I passed very well. I passed my grade 12 also with flying colors, I must say. And then I went to university. Now I had to leave home, go into a different town, into a different school with different people. And you know, Bentuk is totally different from Andangwa.
Yes.
There is a big difference. So you come here, no friends, and you have few friends, yes, but then it's not the same. like home. It's not like home where your teachers know you. They'll be like, oh, Rusa, they know you more than.
Yeah.
So nobody knows you, not even the lecturers. Nobody's saying, oh, hi, Rusa. Oh, what is this? I don't know.
So you're actually alone.
Oh yeah. So when I came here, and then I think I came in 2017, and then I started failing like terribly, and I think what led to me failing was more of it was a lot of things. I started bunking classes. I won't go to classes for like a whole week. And my friends would call me and I would ignore them totally. If I see, oh, it's Esther or it's Hilma calling me, block, I would ignore it totally because I thought they were, I thought they were fake. They were being fake. So I was like, why are they calling me? But they're just asking or checking up on me. Why aren't you in class?
Okay, let me go in there. Knowing you as a person, since I have known you ever since 2012 in high school. So knowing you and relating to now that you have been bunking class, it's so un-you. Even if I didn't hear about this, but should I have been heard about it even in 2018 that no, something changed about Rusa, she doesn't attend now classes, I would think, which Rusa are you talking about? Because it's really un-you. Okay, now, when you started banking classes and you have been ignoring these people, when did you, at what point did you come to a certain point to think that maybe you needed help, or how did you come up getting help?
Oh yeah, 2017, that's where it all started, right? So 2017, I failed some of the modules, but not all of them. 2018, I failed all my modules, majors and all that. I think I only passed English, which was quite easy for me to pass. And what else? No, I think that's it. The whole year. Just one module. So I went home for the holidays, and then my mom was like, where are your results? And so I checked. The day that I checked my results and found out that I failed, I think I even forgot my PIN number for my phone. So I was just entering random numbers, and then it blocked. So, and then I think we attended a meeting in 2018 that I was talking about, where a psychologist came, and then she was talking about depression and all that, because it's not only banking classes. When I stay home, I just want to stay home. I just want to be in my own world. I don't want to see anybody. I won't bath for at least 4 days. 4 days, imagine not bathing for 4 days.
Okay, now having a little knowledge about depression, depression gets out of hand. So now, Rusa, was there a certain point where you came? You know, people. I remember in high school, I had a lot of people that were kinder depressed, and they used to cut themselves. Okay, now that is out of hand. So now, did your depression get to a certain stage where it was really unacceptable?
It was more of me not getting out of bed, not wanting to get out of bed, go to school or do anything. I wouldn't do my tutorials and end up not going to class, which made me fail. So I think the extreme was suicide. I thought of committing suicide, and the only thing that stopped me was my mom. Because I remember the look on her face when she found out that my sister passed on because of suicide. I know. And it still hurts her to this day. And she still talks about it. That's the only thing that stopped me. Not the friends, not boyfriend checking up on me or whoever, not the nice shoes that I bought the other day, or nothing else.
Okay, so knowing that you are staying with your brother, so not even your brother, you didn't even think about your brother. All you were concentrating on is that no, your mom dealt with this. So your mom should never ever deal with, even if she has to do with it, it doesn't have to be you.
My brother is quite loving. He's quite caring, and he cares a lot. Whatever you need, he'll try by all his best to give it to you, but that couldn't even stop me. And he'll be checking up on you every now and then, but my goodness, I was just in another world.
Okay, did maybe your brother notice that you're going through some things, or did you just show it to people around you, other than just being in bed, not attending classes? Or maybe your brother didn't know that you weren't actually attending classes. Did he notice?
My brother would leave work. He would leave home for work at about 6, So he would come in my room and then he'd be like, aren't you going to class today? Aren't you getting ready for school? Or can I drop you off? And then I'd be like, no, my classes start at 9. Lie. I just want to stay home. I don't want to see anybody. That's the thing.
Yeah, because I know that feels normal. I know I didn't deal with depression, but I have dealt with people that went through depression. So that really, I can tell that really felt normal to you. Yeah, to lie, it's like it's a normal thing. You don't even feel guilty. You are doing right. That is what is right to you.
Okay, so Rusa, you said there was a point where you wanted to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Did you have a specific reason of maybe why? You just maybe maybe you feel like people don't like you, or you feel like things are not going well. Did you have a specific reason, or you were just maybe you feel like I'm just tired, I'm just not feeling like
I don't think there was a specific reason. I can't pinpoint what led to all those thoughts. I've never really tried, but there are people out there who tried and failed, and some of them tried and it went through.
Yeah,
it's so sad, but I don't think there was a specific reason, because with depression you don't really know what is going on. You just feel hopeless and helpless. You feel like you are useless or something. You feel like, and your insecurities are on another level, and then it's a lot of things. I can't pinpoint. Maybe it's the results or just life in general. There were days when I would look in the mirror and legit start crying and say, God, why? Just take me.
Why? Okay, so now your reason of questioning God, why, and everything, was it basically just results? Was it just academically? Because if I were because I feel like for me, if I'm to look through this, for me, if I was you, I wouldn't understand. Because I don't want to lie to anyone. This is such a focused girl. She passed. She did what has to be done. This girl. So now, even if I was you, having to just to come across my results, I only passed English. I won't understand because that is not you. I'm not saying it's not okay to fail, but
I know what you mean. I get you.
It's really, I feel like, okay. So you mentioned it wasn't only results, and this is when the post-traumatic stress came in. So now, how did this come up? Did you start thinking about it? How did it? Who brought it back? Or something like that.
For me, post-traumatic stress was just me dealing with my sister's death. I don't really know how I dealt with it, but it was just hard on me. Like when she passed on, during the funeral arrangements and whatnot, there was the first day that I heard that she was dead, she died, or she passed on, I went to bed and I slept. And that was the most peaceful thing ever. Sleeping. So I started sleeping to numb the pain. People would call me lazy, you are lazy, you are this, you are that, get up and do this, but I'm not lazy. I was going through that was my way of dealing with it. Even when I came to university, I would just sit let's say 12 hours sleeping, and then if I'm not watching TV, the days that I'm not going to school, I'm just sleeping. I just want to sleep. I feel like sleeping in my own sleep. I'm sleeping, but I feel like sleeping again. I don't know if you understand. And I felt like I was in a deep hole, and it was dark. You see when you close your eyes and you see darkness. That was how dark my hole was, and I don't know how to get out or what to do.
So, how close was your sister, or how close were you, or like, let me just say, how did it really affect you? Was there certain things, maybe your sister used to, do this and that, now that she's no longer there, this and it's not done?
I think the fact that she died so young, and then I used to do, my sister was 6 or 7 years older than me, so we were more or less the same age. She would do my hair, like I would have cornrows at school, and everybody would ask me, who did your hair? And after she passed on, I think I started cutting my hair, if you remember. I think grade 11, I got up when they came to school with hair, natural hair, and then after school I went to the barber shop, cut my hair off.
Oh, so this is how
close they were. Okay, now, how exactly did your brother find out that you were dealing with this? Did you tell your brother yourself, or how did you find out? Who initiated help, that you get help?
Help, it was just after the meeting where the psychologist came and talked about depression and whatnot.
Okay, so Rusa, you said you went for a therapy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. How long did it take you to finally bounce back to who you were, or just to yourself?
I think the first 6 months of therapy, I used to go 1 week. Each week. So I would go every week. And then I think 6 months later, I used to go every month. So it took me about a year to really finish with my therapy sessions. But I think after 2 months, I think I was good. I was going back to normal. I was passing, school was fine. So I was dealing with my emotions and all that. And therapy sessions are always fun for me. So I always look forward to going to them. So we do games and therapy, arts, and what is this? Painting. And I hate painting.
So
I had to deal with it.
It wasn't that bad, like someone having to put you in the spot, asking you questions and whatnot. Oh, what was it really like?
I know, they made me feel comfortable the first session. I think I also did the personality test, so I understand myself better now. What my personality traits are, what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are. So if I see something happening and I'm like, oh, this is one of my weaknesses, so I should work on them.
Oh. Okay, so this depression thing, I still want to understand. Because a lot of people change. It is behavioral changes. So now that you are back, can you now say you are back to who you were? You lived through depression now. Okay, now you should now compare with how you changed. You were banking classes, so now you are attending your classes fully.
Yes,
you were failing. Okay, now you are passing excellently. So so basically you have lived through depression, to say.
With depression, there is no cure. So it's a lifetime thing or so. So what they teach you in therapy is just they give you the tools. So if you see yourself that, okay, I'm falling back into a depression, so the tools that they give you in therapy, you use them to pick yourself up every time. Even during this lockdown, this past one, I felt like I was falling back into a depression. So I started working out. I would go out. I would just go out for walks, or I would talk to somebody. I would call my friends, or I would just do these random things to make me feel better. So if I feel like I'm falling back, I pick myself up. I know how to pick myself up now. So yeah.
Okay, Rusa, just rewinding back a little bit. You said friends were calling and whatnot, and then it didn't even feel like they wanted to help. You actually took it like they were fake.
Yes.
So what would you tell someone that says talk to someone, it helps? Oh, not that I'm saying it doesn't help. Of course, it actually does.
Yeah.
Oh, just check up on your friends,
Oh yeah. I think
what will you say about that?
For me, I was a closed book, so you literally know nothing about my life. But now I started opening up to my friends. If I feel sad, I'll tell them. I'll call my friends and be like, yo, I feel sad today because of this and this and that. But when you talk about it, you actually feel better afterwards. And then when you're going through, most people dealing with depression don't like opening up. That's the one thing they don't like. They don't like sharing with people how they feel, or how I can call my mom and be like, okay, my mom, I have a supplementary exam. I never used to do that. I felt like, okay, this is embarrassing. I should not tell my mom I have supplementary exam.
Yeah.
So now I'll call her, and then she'll give you some positive words, and then you feel better. You study afterwards, and then you pass.
Okay. So I think for me, it's not about to talk to someone, because in this case, if I remember very well, okay, we were close, you and I.
Yes.
And then it came up. I think because I was ahead of you guys. When you guys were grade 8, I was grade 9.
Oh yeah.
And then when I repeated grade 9, that is when we were like close. Okay.
Yeah.
So now when
Yeah.
you lost your sister in December. Okay, that was holiday.
Yeah.
So when you came back grade 10, knowing myself, I was so dramatic in high school. Oh my god. So with Rosa, okay, I know this person is my friend. She's my close friend. She would come to my room in the hostel. We like cracking jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But now in grade 10 it was different because I don't know what happened. As I said earlier, we crashed. I don't know really what happened. All I remember is that we went onto Facebook and we were insulting each
My
other
goodness.
on the spot on the Facebook. You guys can't imagine
The amount of insults.
yeah,
Oh my
but
goodness.
I remember very well that we made out. I don't know, maybe somewhere when we are approaching final exams, because I remember you were helping me with accounting. I don't know how you came to terms of helping me with accounting, because that whole year you were like, I don't want. Let us not cross or anything. But now I think it's not about people must open up or anything, because
yeah.
I was I didn't know what you were going through. I didn't know you were grieving.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing myself, I'm so dramatic. I want to be right always, you know?
Exactly.
It takes. So now I was like, what is this person saying? So I kept pushing like, no, Rusa can't do that. Rusa can't say that to me. What? Yeah, like, and I had like I had a team of dramatic people as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In high
Tell
school.
me about it.
I had a team, so we would team up, and then I would tell them, Rusa is doing this, and I feel like they would also start, you know when you are
Defending
growing,
you,
and
without
then
knowing,
you
because
attack
because
quite depressed,
on one side it felt like I was right, because we didn't know what was wrong with
Oh,
Rusa.
yeah, oh, yeah,
How can
oh,
a person just started acting funny, you
Oh,
know?
yeah,
So me and my team now would oppose, we were against her. So okay, maybe it was hard for her, as she said that maybe she would feel like people don't want her, she felt unwanted, because imagine maybe we were a group of 9 girls against her. You know, so that I feel like it's not about talk to a person, because I didn't understand what she was going through. So we just crashed, and then that was it. We are enemies. But she didn't come to a point of saying, no, why are you treating me like this? We are friends. I'm going through this. It's not about talk to your friends. People will only talk when they want to talk. Yeah, but I don't know now. I don't know. Maybe Rusa, with me, I don't know how to say to tell a person that maybe discover they are going through depression, because it's up to you. You yourself. So you didn't also feel like opening up to anyone at all, except for the psychologist. So I feel like maybe people. It's not about talk to your friends. If you notice you have signs and symptoms, you are manifesting a depression clinical thing, maybe they should reach out to a psychologist, because as Rosa said, her experience wasn't bad. We hear these people, you complain, those people at the hospital will judge you. Not everyone. Rusa was not judged, so you should just reach out for help.
So back to grade 10. I came out of my grade 9 holiday. It was December.
Yeah.
My sister passed on December 27th. So January I had to go back to school. So when I went back to school, I think my way of dealing with things was closing everybody out. Like keeping everybody away. I hated everybody. That's the one thing about I hated I thought everybody was, because I feel like I don't know, I just feel like people it's better to keep people away so you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
So I became a closed book. I came back to school and I didn't tell, I think I only told a few people, if not one person, that my sister passed on. So almost everybody didn't know that I lost my sister. And my way of dealing with the grief and whatnot was just to be okay. So I kept everybody away and then deal with it on my own. I never opened up to anybody. So when people saw me acting some type of way, I don't know.
Yeah, we assumed things. Because now you are talking to me.
Oh yeah,
so I knew you now.
Oh yeah.
So I felt like we assume things.
Yeah.
Let's just say we should not judge people, because for me, I ran to my crew, recruited them, and teamed up against her. You know, we judged without knowing. I feel like you should articulate what's really go deep and just try to understand maybe but it's at the end of the day, it's up to the victim or to the affected if they want to open up. Like she said, she became a closed book, and I felt like if she have been opened up, this thing, the post-traumatic stress, maybe you couldn't have dealt with it anymore.
I had a conversation like with a month ago with one of my high school friends, and we talked about everything. And then she was like, "I thought you were this rich kid. You were this perfect person. But now that you're opening up to me, I understand you now. So I also acknowledged my part. I was closed. I didn't open up to people. I felt like if I had opened up more, people would understand me more, and maybe certain things wouldn't have played out the way they played out. But again, that's life.
Okay. Okay. No, I just wanted to say because we want to like wrap up this whole session, but I think you would just a simple.
Okay, before that, can I just ask you? No, it's okay.
Okay, just wrap up as a form of advice.
Oh no. Okay, I remembered now. You said back in the lockdown, you sort of like fell back into depression.
Yeah, I felt like I was falling back into it.
Yeah. So now, knowing your personality well, having this, what knowledge now about how to deal with depression, what did you do, or what things, activities, or I don't know, how did you?
Okay, I've also, with my therapy sessions, I've learned that there are positive ways we deal with things or stresses or whatever. They are called coping mechanisms. There are negative ones and there are positive ones. So the negative ones will be like, okay, let me sleep, or let me just eat, stress eating, or let me drink alcohol, or let me do drugs. I'll feel better afterwards. Or let me, what do I do again? If I'm, okay, let me be aggressive. Be angry at everybody and everything. Okay, grade 10, I think I was aggressive and angry, sorry. So that was my way of dealing with it. It wasn't positive, but that was my way of dealing with things. So the positive ones will be, let's say you go work out, or you talk to somebody, or you seek professional help. If you feel like it's too deep for you or you can't handle it, seek professional help. You can always call Lifeline Childline. I think you can link their number down down there for everybody, or you call
We will.
Or
you go to the private to the public hospital if you don't have medical aid, and then you request for a psychologist or something. I'm sure they know how to.
Yeah, you can go because psychologists always deal with people that let me say admitted in hospitals. But you can always go to Central Hospital mental health section. They will help you. Yeah, you will find your way out from there. I don't know, but I have been there at mental health. That thing.
Yeah.
It's a very good setup. They treat you nice. I don't know this mentality when people say they will judge you or whatever. It's not like that. You guys should experience it. Okay, that was basically it from Rusa.
Okay, thank you, Jawati. Okay, it's fine.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was informative. If you feel like there's something you want to hear from Rusa, you can always ask a question. If questions are like a lot that she didn't cover and you guys want to hear, Rusa can always come back.
Okay, so Rusa, what are you telling someone that is watching the video right now, or maybe going through depression, or feel like they are, because you don't really know when you are going through depression, you don't always know. Just someone that is displaying the same symptoms, or
okay. So the symptoms of depression are social withdrawal, like you don't want to be around anybody, sleeping too much or not sleeping at all, eating too much or too little, yes, and also let's say you have feelings of hopelessness and helplessness, and then sometimes you are irritable, like you get irritated easily. I can say a joke to you, but you don't take it as a joke. You get angry.
Yes.
And then you have these mood swings or whatever. If you experience any of or most of those signs or all of them, I'm sure there are more. Inga can link some websites maybe where you can get the symptoms or signs of depression down below in the links or whatever. And then if you experience those signs, most of those signs or all of them for at least 2 weeks. So just 2 weeks of constant sadness, helplessness, hopelessness, you can't sleep or you sleep too much, you eat, all of those. So I would advise you to seek medical help from a psychologist or somebody who's from a social worker or something. You can also call the toll-free number of Lifeline, Childline or something. I forgot, but you put something down there. And then just seek professional help. Because you can't talk somebody out of a depression, especially if you are not skilled to do that. You'll end up saying the wrong things at the wrong time, and then it will set somebody off the edge. Like, you can't say just snap out of it. Just do something. You can't say that to somebody who's depressed. So just seek professional help. That's the best thing that you can do for your life. Or if you feel suicidal, that's the extreme. So you should get medical help ASAP.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rosa. I'm sure this was very much informative and helpful. So
okay, that was it, guys. As I said earlier, ask Rosa questions, guys. If you feel like she left out quite a lot of things that you want to know about, you can always ask her. You can DM me or Rosa. Just to, okay, I will leave the handles down there, so just contact her. And guys, I have realized you don't check the description box below this video. That is where everything is going to be enclosed. Please do check out the description box. So thank you very much, Rosa.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
It's a pleasure. So guys, as for me, Inga,
as for me, Sharon,
it's a
goodbye.
Bye.